Hey everybody, welcome to the Healing Yourself series. My name is Nicole Sachs and I am going to be taking you through a rather new way to look at healing. And I'm hoping that you are willing and open enough to come along, especially if you're hurting really badly, because I know how that feels, because I was once right there. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself, and then we're going to get into the series and what we're going to do to help you heal your pain. So, the reason that I am so passionate about this subject is because I began this journey when I was 19 as a chronic pain patient. I am diagnosed with a condition called spondylolisthesis, which just means that I have some abnormalities in my lower spine. But when I was diagnosed, I was told by many medical doctors that my life would be severely limited as a result of this condition. And I chose to look at it in a broader light and to find a different path to healing than the surgeries and the medications and the treatments that were being suggested to me. And through that journey and my introduction to Dr. John Sarno, whom I worked with for years, partnering with him to refer into my practice and to speak at NYU when he was practicing there, I have been opened to a world of healing that I'm really looking to share with you on a larger scale here on this YouTube channel and through my book, The Meaning of Truth. So let me tell you a little bit about what I think is the epidemic of chronic pain and why I think this deserves your attention, especially if you're a person that is suffering. You know, we live in a society of chronic pain. We are aching all the time. Back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, elbow, knee, leg, foot, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel, migraines, chronic headaches of any sort, skin conditions. The list goes on and on. Anything that makes us suffer. We suffer and we suffer, and there might be medications or different treatments or maybe even a surgery, but there is no cure. And here's the crazy thing that I'm here to impart to you today. There actually is a cure. It's just not the cure you want. And I get it because we are human beings. I am a human being. We want to take a pill and feel better. We want to go into the hospital, maybe even suffer for a day or two, but once we come out of that, we're better. And, we're finding right now as a society, overdosing on opiate pain medications, losing our heroes, confused and scared and being led by fear that wait a second, these things are not curing us. There is no pill that makes it all better. There is no surgery that works every time. And if you're here and if you're paying attention to this, it means that you've got an inkling in your brain that maybe there's something else to look at. So I'm here today to introduce the Healing Yourself series. Just because it's not the cure you want doesn't mean that it's going to be torturous and horrible, and I'm going to require something of you that you can't do. You can do this. This is something that in my practice every day for years, I have led hundreds and through their influence, thousands of people through this process, and they have healed completely. I have many people that were on disability for years that through our work together are back to work full time. I have clients who were in wheelchairs that are now happily playing 18 holes of golf and having absolutely no pain because of problems in their knees and legs and feet. I have people who were so disabled by chronic headaches and migraine type conditions that they were either hospitalized or completely unable to function in their daily lives, who are now pain-free and living joyful, happy, free lives. And so I'm here today to offer that gift to you. I think that the best way to look at this is if you're open to something different than what you've ever heard before, it leads to a type of surrender, a type of beautiful surrender, because desperation leads to surrender, and surrender leads to willingness. And through willingness, we can find truth in ourselves that can really heal us. So what I'm going to ask you for the length of this series is just to come along with me on this journey. And if you can't possibly believe that an emotional exercise could cure a physical condition, because you've been trained to believe that, and I get it, I need to ask you a really difficult question, a question that you might resent at first. So I'm going to ask you to hear it, and then we're going to talk about it more. And the question is, how long do you want to suffer? Because I know how it feels to suffer. And when you're suffering, the world is such a dark place, and your children are less joyous, and your job is so difficult, and your relationships are so irritating, and that is not a way to live. So if you are suffering in any of those ways or countless others, I ask, how long would you like to suffer? Because if you could raise your hand today and say, no longer, I really don't care what it is, as long as it doesn't hurt me, which what I'm going to tell you from my heart, what I'm offering you in this series will not hurt you, then maybe you can open yourself to changing your life and to releasing your pain. And that is something that I'm offering you here today. So you might feel skeptical, and you might say, there's no way this can work for everyone. There's no way what Nicole is saying could possibly work for everyone. And here's what I say. I say, okay, I totally get it. It might not be able to work for everyone. But what I'm here to say, with all the love and certainty I can possibly say it with, is it can work for you. You, the specific you, the person who's sitting here listening to this, it can work for you. I've watched it work for you. I work with people from all walks of life, financial and ethnic and sexual orientation and whatever gender identity. I have client, and I am all of you. I'm all of those people, and I'm telling you, it can work for you if you are willing to open your mind. So welcome to the Healing Yourself series. Take a look at the videos. Check out my book, which is called The Meaning of Truth. And I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere on this site to find it. And just open yourself to possibilities, because your life can be bigger, fuller, richer, full of joy. I actually promise you, if you're willing to take this journey. So take a look, and I wish you all the best on your healing journey. From me to you.